The illusion of thought. What if every thought you've ever had, every opinion you defend, every belief you think is yours, was never truly yours? Not one. Not the voice in your head. Not the way you see the world. Not even the things you are afraid of. Right now, as you sit there watching this, you feel like you're thinking. You feel aware. You feel present. You feel like there is a you behind everything. But look closer. Thoughts are appearing in your mind, without permission. You don't choose the next thought. You don't decide what shows up, it just happens. A thought appears, then another, endlessly, like a stream that never asked where it should go, like a voice that never asked if it could speak. So, ask yourself something uncomfortable. If you don't choose your thoughts, how can they be yours? Stop for a second. Try this. Try to control your next thought completely. Not guide it, not influence it, not suggest it. Control it. Decide exactly what the next thought will be. Before it happens, you can't. Because the thought comes first, and then you notice it, which means something is happening before you even get involved. And that should disturb you, because it means thinking is not something you do. It's something that happens to you, and that voice inside your head, the one you trust, the one you listen to, the one that feels like you, is not your identity. It's an echo, an accumulation of everything you've ever seen, everything you've ever heard, everything that has ever influenced you, your parents, your childhood, your environment, your fears, your trauma, your culture, all of it, layered, repeated, reinforced, until it became something that feels like a self. But it's not a self. It's a pattern, a system, a loop, a program running in the background, pretending to be your consciousness. And the most dangerous part is, you've been listening to it your entire life without ever questioning it, without ever stopping and asking the one question that changes everything. Who is actually speaking right now? Because the moment you ask that, the illusion starts to crack. The programming begins. You were not born like this. You were not born thinking like this. You were not born believing any of this. You were taught, slowly, quietly, repeatedly, programmed, conditioned, installed, piece by piece. Long before you had the ability to question anything, as a child, your brain was completely open. No filters, no resistance, no skepticism. Everything went in. Every word spoken around you, every reaction you witnessed, every emotion you absorbed, became part of your internal system. You didn't analyze it. You didn't question it. You accepted it. Because that's what your brain was designed to do, to absorb, to learn, to adapt, but not to question. And that's where it started. Be like this. Don't do that. This is right. This is wrong. This is good. This is bad. This is who you should be. These weren't suggestions. They were instructions. And you followed them, not consciously but automatically. Because at that stage that you had no identity of your own, so you borrowed one. From the people around you, from the environment you were placed in, from the system you were raised inside, layer by layer. Your identity was built, not by you but for you. And over time, something strange happened. You started repeating it, first as imitation, then as habit, then as belief, until one day you stopped questioning it completely and called it yourself. But what if your personality is not who you are? What if it's just the result of everything that happened to you? A script, written by people who didn't even realize they were writing it. And now, you are living inside that script, reacting through it, seeing the world through it, defending it, without ever realizing. You never chose it. The invisible control is not obvious. If it was, you would resist it. If it looked like control, you would fight it. You would reject it. You would question it. But real control doesn't look like control. It looks like freedom. It feels like choice. It feels natural. It feels like you. And that's why it works, because you don't notice it. Every time you scroll, pause, click, react, you think you are making decisions. But you're not. You are responding to stimuli, to triggers. to patterns that were designed to guide your attention, to shape your emotions, to influence your thoughts, not forcefully, but subtly, quietly, gradually. Your attention is not random, it is directed. Your emotions are not spontaneous, they are triggered. Your thoughts are not original, they are constructed, built from everything you've consumed, everything you've repeated, everything that has been reinforced over time. And the more you repeat something, the more real it feels, even if it's not. That's how control works, not by force, but by familiarity, by repetition, by making something feel so normal that you stop questioning it, until one day you are no longer thinking, you are just reacting, repeating, defending, living inside a system that you never even realized was there. The false self. There is a version of you that is not real, a version that was built to survive, to adapt, to be accepted, to fit in. This version learned how to behave, what to say, what to hide, what to show. It learned how to avoid rejection, how to seek approval, how to become acceptable. But in doing so, it replaced something, your authenticity, your raw awareness, your unfiltered self. And now, you don't even know the difference, because the mask has been worn for too long. It feels natural. It feels familiar. It feels like you. But it isn't. It's a constructed identity, a controlled version of you, designed to function inside a system, not to be free. And the moment you step outside of it, you feel it. Discomfort, anxiety, confusion, because you are stepping outside of what you were trained to be. And your system doesn't like that, because control feels safe, predictable, stable, while freedom feels like losing everything you know, including yourself. The realization. Now comes the moment most people avoid. The realization. If your thoughts are not yours, if your personality was built, if your reactions are conditioned, then who are you? Not your name, not your past, not your story, not your beliefs. Who are you without all of that? And this is where most people stop, because what they find is silence. No identity, no clear answer, no familiar voice, just awareness, raw, undefined, uncomfortable. And that silence feels terrifying, because for the first time there is no script, no structure, no control, just presence. And most people run from it. They distract themselves. They go back to noise, back to patterns, back to the system, because silence reveals something they are not ready to face, that maybe they were never who they thought they were. Breaking the control. You don't break control by fighting it. That's the first illusion. Most people think freedom comes from resistance, from pushing back, from trying to silence the voice, but that doesn't work, because the moment you fight it, you are still inside it, you are still reacting, still playing the same game, just on the opposite side. And control doesn't care if you agree or resist. As long as you are reacting, it still owns you. So the real question is not, how do I stop this? The real question is, can I see it without reacting to it? Because everything changes the moment you stop participating unconsciously. Right now, your thoughts pull you instantly. A thought appears and you follow it. A fear appears and you believe it. A memory appears and you become it. Automatically, without distance, without awareness. But what if you didn't follow? What if you just watched? A thought appears, and instead of becoming it, you observe it. No judgment, no reaction, no resistance, just observation. At first, it feels strange, unnatural, almost uncomfortable. Because your entire life you've been trained to react, to identify, to become every thought that appears. But now, something is different. There is space, a gap, and inside that gap, control starts to weaken. Because control depends on speed, on automatic response, on you not noticing what is happening. But awareness slows everything down. It exposes the mechanism, it reveals the pattern, and once you see the pattern clearly, It can't control you the same way anymore, because now you recognize it. This is not me. This is just a thought. This is just a reaction. This is just a pattern repeating itself. And the more you see it, the less power it has. Not because you destroyed it, but because you stopped feeding it. You stopped identifying with it. You stopped calling it you. And something unexpected begins to happen. The thoughts don't disappear. The voice doesn't go silent. The system doesn't shut off. It's still there, still speaking, still generating. But now, there is distance. And in that distance, you are no longer trapped inside it. You are watching it, like observing a machine that has been running your entire life. And for the first time, you are not the machine. You are not the voice. You are not the thoughts. You are the one observing all of it. And that realization is both freeing and terrifying, because it means something deeper. If you are not your thoughts, then who are you? Not the identity, not the personality, not the story. Just awareness, pure, silent, present. And that awareness cannot be controlled, because it doesn't react, it doesn't follow, it doesn't become. It simply sees, and the more you rest in that, the weaker the system becomes. Until one day, you notice something you've never felt before. Stillness, not forced, not artificial, real stillness. And in that stillness, there is no control, no noise, no illusion, just clarity. And for the first time in your life, you are not being controlled. You are not reacting, you are not following, you are not lost in the system. You are aware, fully. And once you reach that point, there is no going back, because you've seen it. And once you see it, you can never unsee it.